You've been lied to about what makes a video successful. We're told it's the camera, the lighting, or some mysterious algorithm. But there are creators out there with millions of views using basic gear and simple setups. The difference isn't their hardware, it's their visual architecture. Most solo editors are stuck in the technical trap. They learn how to use the software, but they never learn how to use the audience's brain. I'm breaking down the blueprint for making content that feels like a $10,000 production, even if you're working from a laptop in your bedroom. The biggest mistake amateur editors make is thinking that fast equals good. They cut every 2 seconds because they're afraid of losing the viewer, but true retention comes from contrast. Think of your video like a song. If it's just one loud, constant drum beat, you go numb to it. You need the crescendo and the silence. In editing, this is the balance between high-motion sequences like a complex map or a fast montage and the breather shots. I use a rule called the 70/30 split. 70% of your video should be steady and clear, and 30% should be high-impact visual energy. If you overwhelm the viewer, they don't get engaged, they get exhausted. You need to ask yourself if every cut serves the information, or if it's just there because you're bored. If you can master the pause, you can master the audience. This isn't about speed, it's about rhythm. When a pro looks at a frame, they aren't looking at a shot. They are looking at a hierarchy of information. Where do I want the viewer's eye to go first? This is where design comes in. You should be using color, scale, and movement to point at the most important part of the screen. If you have text on screen, it shouldn't just be there. It should have a reason for its size and its placement. If you're showing a graph, the most important data point should be the only thing moving. Everything else should be static. This visual directing is what makes a video feel authoritative. It tells the viewer that you are in control of this experience. You are literally training their eyes on how to consume your content. Now, the biggest hurdle to this level of design is time. You can't be a master designer and a master storyteller at the same moment without help. This is exactly why I've integrated AI into my DaVinci Resolve workflow. Specifically, I use MotusMCP to handle my motion graphics. This tool allows me to generate these high-end visual assets in seconds, meaning I can spend my energy on the storytelling strategy we're talking about today instead of fighting with keyframes in the Fusion page for hours. There is an invisible narrative layer that most people skip. It's the connective tissue of your edit. Most editors treat their video as a series of chapters, but a viral video is a single, unbroken thread. Every scene should ask a question that the next scene answers. This is what we call open loops. If you show a problem in your B-roll, the viewer will stay until they see the solution. If you mention a concept, they will stay until you explain it. Your job as an editor is to keep these loops open. When you close one, you open another. This creates that feeling where you just can't stop watching. It's not a trick, it's just respecting how the human brain processes curiosity and completion. The final truth is that the industry is moving away from the grind. The tools are getting smarter, which means the value of the editor is moving away from the ability to click buttons and moving toward the ability to make strategic choices. Stop valuing yourself by how many hours you spent on a project. Start valuing yourself by the clarity of your message. If you can use AI and tools like MotusMCP to do the heavy lifting, that gives you more time to be a creative genius. Don't be afraid of the efficient way if it leads to a better, more professional result for your audience. If you apply even one of these principles, the pacing, the hierarchy, or the open loops, your next video will look significantly better than your last one. You have the tools, and now you have the blueprint.